what's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by the Wafflecast today. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 5 cards in Standard that I think have been the most influential in the Standard metagame, and we're going to rank them from 5 to 1. So, anyways, let's get started. So, each one is one of the colors of the color pie. That was one of the things I want to do. So, it's kind of like the top card of each color. But also, we're going to rank them from strongest or weakest to strongest, in my opinion. So, topping out at number 5 is Mockingbird, which is the blue choice. It's a really good clone spell that a lot of people have been using to target Sheldreds, to have a flying Sheldred, to really help push through in the game if you're playing blue. There's not a lot of blue decks out there right now, which is interesting. I don't see a lot of blue control. Or like blue-white control or Jeskai control or anything of that matter. There are some Azorius and some Dimir control out there, but not a ton of it. It's a clone spell that basically turns into a flyer. So it's not like super special, but it's not super terrible either. So coming in at number 4 is Essence Channeler. This is the white card that I chose. It is a very, very strong card in the bat deck. Black-White Bats is a very prominent deck on Standard ladder if you're playing an arena. It's a 2-mana, 2/1 that if you've lost life this turn, it gains Vigilance and Flying. If you've gained life this turn, put a 1/1 counter onto him. When he dies, you get to transfer the counters. Very strong card. Some of you may probably rank it higher than me, but when you see the next 3 cards, you'll probably see why I put this at number 4. Number 3 is Emberheart Challenger. Red definitely got an upgrade. It lost Bloodthirsty Adversary, but it got Emberheart Challenger. Side note, I absolutely freaking hate mono red. I wish this deck would die and never come back. I'm tired of seeing it. Anyways, back to what we're talking about here. It's a 2-mana 2/2 with haste and prowess. And if that wasn't enough, it has whenever you target it the first time with a spell or an ability, you get to exile the top card and play it this turn until the end of turn. So it helps you like really get into your deck more. So if you hit it with like a Monstrous Rage and then you hit a Blazing Crescendo or something off the top or another Monstrous Rage, oh, look at that. We're hitting it with another Monstrous Rage. And that prowess triggers, and it's just bashing in for a ton of damage. If it didn't have haste, I don't think it would be as strong, to be honest. The prowess and the other abilities are just icing on the cake, in my opinion. So that's number 3. Coming in at number 2. Now, I had trouble with figuring out the top 2 here. And it's because when you see both the cards, you're going to understand that they're both really freaking powerful and really freaking strong. Excuse me. But I think the number 1 is just, it's just better. So let's jump into it. So for black, we have Rotten Mouth Viper. And I know a lot of you are like, oh yeah, I've seen that card. It's everywhere. Any mono black, any black X deck, so black, white, black, blue, black, green, any deck that has black in it is playing this card. It's just really good. It comes, you can sacrifice non-land permanents to make it cost less to get it down faster. So some decks are playing it on like turn 4, which is just absurd to begin with. And that's not even ramping. That's just creating tokens like playing a Novice Inspector or the Carrot Cake or things like that to really pump it out, to get the tokens and pump it out faster. And then once it's down, if you don't kill it, it just keeps adding blight counters and it just gets out of control fast. So it's definitely earned its mythic price tag. And it is not a 6-mana 6/6. It's definitely a 4-mana or 5-mana 6/6, which is just absolutely bonkers. Excuse me. So anyways, so that leaves all but green left, right? And if you can't guess what green is, you've been living under a rock, because Innkeeper's talent is insane just for the first 2 abilities. I mean, it comes into play, and on your combat, you put a 1/1 counter. Every combat, you're putting a 1/1 counter on one of your creatures. And then you level it up for only 1 green, and now any permanent that has counters has ward 1. Any type of counter, not just a 1/1 counter. It can have a flying counter, a vigilance counter, a Planeswalker counter, a Blight counter, any type of counter. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be even a -1/-1 counter, and it'll have Ward 1, which I think is just insane. But it's its last ability that's given it its $20-$25 price tag, because it's a instant kill combo with Vraska. You play Vraska, you get to instantly alter, and guess what? Your opponent takes 18 poison to the face, and it's game over. The only problem is it doesn't kill you in Commander that way, which is still a lot of freaking poison to take in one turn. So yeah, it's just a really good card. And so after seeing the 5 cards, I'm sure you can see why I picked the order that I did. Maybe you guys disagree with, one of the cards I chose. Maybe you disagree with Mockingbird or Emberheart Challenger or even Innkeeper's Talent. Who knows? But those are the 5 that I see impacting standard metagame the most right now. And so I want to give you guys an honorable mention because I didn't do a multicolor. And I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, he's going to choose the bat. No, Raw Crackling Wit is my honorable mention for multicolor, because I didn't want to do multicolor. I just was like, whatever, there's a lot of multicolor. I didn't really see a lot of multicolor impacting the standard metagame other than the bat. And I'm like, well, we already put a bat in here, and that's, the other white card I was going to choose was the white elemental that red-white is running, but I think Essence Channel is stronger than it. But anyways, if you have not seen me play the blue-red storm deck that I created for standard, the link is down below to check out the live where I played that. Now, mind you, I have tweaked and altered the deck. I think I'm on my 4th version of kind of tweaking things and getting things right. And I think I finally have landed on a really, really solid deck list. And so I will be doing a deck tech video soon for it, for some of you that want to play it. Now, mind you, it is not a linear deck like playing mono black or mono red or bats or things like that. You do have to make certain lines of play based on how the deck is drawing and knowing what's in the deck and what's left and trying to get Raw to his ultimate. That is the whole key to the deck. Now, I have won games where I just hottie to gen them to the face for like 15 damage and the game's over, but the whole basis of the deck is Raw. There are alternate win conditions, so it's not like if you don't get there with Raw, you can't win the game. Not entirely true. I've done it other ways. But he is definitely the core of the deck and why I built the deck the way I did. And I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an appearance in Pioneer and or in Modern, because he is that good. So anyways, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got something out of this. Maybe you guys disagree with me on some of the cards, or maybe you agree 100% with what I said. Excuse me. Voice getting dry here. But anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. Maybe you think Rotten Mouth should be number 1 and Innkeeper should be number 2, just for the fact that Innkeeper is like very niche with the Vraska thing and Rotten Mouth is more broad. I don't know. Let me hear what you guys got to say. I'd love to have comments down below and chat with you guys. But with that, I'm going to bring this video to a close because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I want you guys to get something. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys like I always do. I hope you guys have a great day. And as always, stay syrupy, my friends.